Hello, everyone. We'd like to thank you for joining us today. We know that you are busy working individuals, so joining us on your lunch hour is definitely something that we're excited about. We'd like to thank you for joining us for our info session lunch hour. Today, we're highlighting our Masters of Public Administration program. My name is Mario Vega, and I am the Director of Admissions and Recruitment here. I'm the Director of Admissions and Recruitment. A little bit of history about myself is I've been with UNM now for about 8 years. I started off my career here at UNM as an undergraduate recruitment specialist, student recruitment specialist. And in my previous role, I was a scholarship and outreach manager for the Division of Enrollment Management. Some of my tasks include overseeing national scholars, our non-resident scholarships, as well as coordinating the school's recruitment efforts. So as I mentioned prior, to opening up, I'd like to thank you for taking your time to be with us today. Along with us today, I have Dr. Agustin Leon Moreta, and I'll let him introduce himself as well.
Thank you. My name is Agustin Leon Moreta. I'm currently an assistant professor at the School of Public Administration and also serve as the MPA Program Coordinator. I teach primarily in the areas of public budgeting and finance, and also conduct research projects in the area of local government. So that is briefly an introduction to my areas of work in the school.
Thank you, Dr. Agustin. All right, so here are our topics today. As I mentioned before, we're highlighting our Masters of Public Administration. If you take a look at the first three bullets here, we have our program, MPA Program Overview, Curriculum, and Career Outcomes. Dr. Agustin is going to cover those bullet points. I'm going to pick up in the latter part of the presentation and cover our shared credit program, admissions requirements, as well as some financial opportunities that are available for our potential students and current students. And then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. So we ask that if you have any questions right now, that you hold off till the end of the presentation, and we'll answer and address those questions at the end. If anything comes up during the presentation, of course, we ask that you hold off those questions as well till the end of the presentation, okay? So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Agustin, and he'll cover the program curriculum here.
Level positions as well as advanced positions in, for example, public agencies, nonprofit organizations, healthcare organizations, educational institutions. We believe the MPA program is an inclusive program that prepares men and women for service and in professional careers on those different sectors, that provides services to the public. Next slide, please. So what do we have to offer through the MPA program? Well, first of all, we offer knowledge and skills for public management analysis in general, in management, in nonprofit organizations, healthcare organizations, educational institutions, and public service organizations. And of course, as part of this preparation, we offer education, training, and career opportunities for implementing policies and services in these sectors. More specific courses and specializations include, for example, human resource management, budgeting and financial management, nonprofit management, a variety of courses in the healthcare management area, and specific training for service in governmental agencies, healthcare organizations, and nonprofit organizations, as we are going to discuss also next. Next slide, please. So for these purposes, we have a curriculum that includes as a minimum 42 credit hours. As part of these 42 credit hours, we have core classes, 12 credit hours, which deal with fundamental knowledge, concepts, and techniques, as we are going to discuss next, and also requires sequential curriculum for research methods, an important area of skill set for public managers and administrators in these different areas. 18 credit hours for elective courses, and also we offer for graduation requirements these three options: a capstone course, a professional paper option, or a master thesis. So students can choose one of these three options for graduation. Next slide, please. So the first set of fundamental or core courses include these four courses: PADM 500, Public Management and Policy, which introduces students to the fundamental concepts and knowledge in the area of public management and policy. Usually, students take this class in the first semester or the first year. Then, as part of the core courses, students take PADM 521, Institutional Development and Behavior, which includes knowledge and concepts for managing institutions and understanding the behavior and development of organizations. We also require PADM 525, specifically for human resource management in public service organizations. And last, PADM 544, Public Budgeting and Financial Management topics as part of this class, where students are introduced to fundamental concepts and techniques for budgeting and financial management in public service organizations. Next slide, please. Next, we currently require also 3 courses as part of a method sequence. The first course in this sequence is PADM 595, Research Methods 1, which focuses primarily on data collection for the purposes of analysis and evaluation in a public service organization and research. And the second required course in this sequence is PADM 596, Research Methods 2. What in this second course focuses more specifically on data analysis, including statistical and quantitative concepts and techniques and tools for analysis of data related to public service organizations and public programs. And the third course in this method sequence includes program evaluation, where students more specifically study assessment and evaluation of public programs and policies as related to the delivery of services and implementation of programs in the areas that we have discussed, governments, healthcare, nonprofit organizations, and other public service organizations. So these are the 3 additional requirements for the specific method sequence. Next slide, please.
All right, thank you, Dr. Agustin. So in lieu of all the great things that Dr. Agustin mentioned in terms of curriculum and outcomes, of course, we have some other reasons why you should choose the School of Public Administration. So each year, the U.S. News and World Report brings out its college rankings in terms of grad programs. And we're proud to say that we're currently ranked top 114 in the nation. We're also accredited through NASPA. This is the Commission on Peer Review and Accreditation. So we are an accredited program here. We also hold a gold status for military-friendly school. So we're a top 10 school for veteran support. So what this means is that if you're active military or if you're a veteran, you receive resident tuition, and so does your spouse or your dependents. So we are a military-friendly school. I think we're ranked top 8 right now in the nation as well. Another important thing to note in choosing a degree that you're going to pursue is the application requirements. I think it's important to note that we do not require a GRE, so no GRE is required. We take a look at your application in a holistic approach. So what this means is that we're looking at the whole application. Here in a few minutes, I'll go through the details of the application requirements and what we're looking at in that holistic approach. We do have a diverse student body and faculty within the classroom. So not only are you learning from leading experts within the field, like Dr. Agustin, you're also going to be learning from students within the field as well. So it brings, I think, a lot more to the classroom in terms of discussions, things along those lines. You're going to have students within the classroom, of course, that are taking the traditional route, that are just completing their undergraduate degree and going into a master's program. You may have some students that are doing the shared credit program, which I'll talk about here in a little bit as well. Those are undergraduate students that are taking grad level courses during their senior year. But you're also going to have working professionals within the classroom as well. So you're going to have working professionals that are looking to move up within the workforce, within the workplace, or to build on their skill sets that they already have with their experience. So you're going to have a diverse student, diverse faculty, not only in terms of what they bring to conversations, but also just in terms of where each of us are from. Okay. Another thing that's important to note is that we are going to have flexible class scheduling. So the School of Public Administration has had flexible class scheduling for quite some time. We offer evening and weekend courses. We also offer the online synchronous format to your courses. So that means that if you live outside of Albuquerque, you're able to Zoom in to a live class. So there's some benefits, of course, to that is that one, of course, you're going to be participating in classroom discussion. If you have to present your paper or anything along those lines, you can do that live as well in a classroom. So we offer flexible class scheduling. So let's talk about our shared credit program. So we like to say that this is an accelerated way to complete 2 degrees, okay? So if you are an undergraduate student and you're interested in doing a shared credit program, we do have partner degrees right now that you can do this shared credit degree program. So if you're majoring in economics, sociology, or liberal arts, you can take grad level courses. Basically, you can take grad level courses your senior year of your undergraduate program. So right now, a lot of seniors are getting ready to take finals. A lot of juniors are getting ready to take finals this week and into next week. So now is the time to apply if you're interested in doing the shared credit program, because what this will allow you to do is once you complete your junior year, you'll apply to the program, and then you can take courses during your senior year of grad level courses. So let's take a look at the different timelines. Now, of course, these timelines are pretty general. Each transcript, each courses is going to look a little bit different in terms of what you completed as a student. But this is a suggested timeline to complete the degree, your undergraduate degree and your master's degree within 5 years. So this is the economics suggested timeline. For fall and spring, you'll take, for fall, you'll take 6 credit hours of public administration graduate level courses, and then you'll take an upper division econ course. Same thing for spring, you'll take 6 hours of graduate level courses, and then your upper division econ. And then year 2 is when you'll be considered a full-time graduate student, and that's where you'll up your credit hours to about 12 hours for fall and 12 hours for spring to complete that degree. So that's for economics. This is the suggested timeline for sociology. Looks a little bit different in terms of credit hours and what courses that you'll be taking. Public administration courses will remain the same. So you'll take fall semester, you'll take 9 hours, spring semester, you'll take 9 hours, and much like the economics degree, you'll up it to 12 hours your graduate year for fall, 12 hours for spring, once you're a full-time grad student, okay? Let's take a look at the liberal arts. This is a suggested timeline here. Fall semester, 9 hours of grad level public administration courses, 9 hours of grad level public administration courses in spring, and that same thing for graduate your graduate year of year 2, you'll up it to 12 hours for fall, 12 hours for spring. Okay, so great opportunity to complete your undergraduate degree and master's degree in 5 years. There's a lot of upside to that. Of course, you're going to have that degree work for you because you'll be able to go into the workforce a lot quicker, and you'll also, it'll save you a little bit of money. Okay, so let's take a look at the MPA admissions requirements. As I mentioned a little while ago, we do take a holistic approach. Okay, so we do have rolling admissions here. What that means is that you can basically be admitted up to the intended term that you want to attend. But we do have priority dates. Okay, this is for any type of scholarship, financial aid, and assistantship. For the fall term, we do have an April 1 priority date, as well as a October 1 for spring. Okay, so this is where we take a look at the holistic approach to the application. So as I mentioned before, we do not require a GRE. So we're looking at your whole application. So letter of intent we're looking at 2 to 3 pages. So this is very important, your letter of intent, because this is where you are going to tell us why you deserve to be in our Masters of Public Administration program. So it's important to really focus in on this letter, take some time writing it, and upload that into your application. We also require 3 letters of recommendation. We ask that you provide your recommender's email address, because your recommenders will have to upload that their letters into the application themselves. Okay, so they have to come from the recommender. We ask that you choose recommenders, of course, that are going to give you a great recommendation. So they could be prior faculty members, staff members, supervisors, anyone that's going to give you a good recommendation. Okay, and we also ask that you update your resume. So dust off the resume, get it updated. That way you can upload that into your application. For our application, you can upload unofficial transcripts. So the faculty members that are reviewing your application want to see your undergraduate work. So you can upload unofficial transcripts from each academic institution that you've attended into our application. Now, I think it's important to note that the Office of Admissions, of course, requires official transcripts. So we have a mailing address there that the Office of Admissions provides, but most schools, nowadays, you can request your transcripts electronically via parchment services, and you can send those to apply@unm.edu. So it's important to note that, of course, you can be admitted into our program, but you also have to meet the Office of Admissions admission requirements as well by submitting all the necessary documents that the Office of Admissions requires, okay? And of course, you have to pay the online application fee. So for our international applicants, same thing in terms of the MPA program admissions requirements. We're still looking for a letter of intent, 3 letters of recommendation, an updated resume, and all your unofficial transcripts. But much like the Office of Admissions, the International Office of Admissions is going to require documents from you as well. Okay, so it is up to you, and it is your responsibility to ensure that you're satisfying the international admissions requirements by submitting all the necessary documents that you need to do to complete that admissions process. For international applicants and for those that are doing regular admission applicants or admissions, I should say, you cannot take classes in the fall or your intended semester until you're formally admitted either through the International Office of Admissions or through our General Office of Admissions. Okay, so that's important to note. So it's your responsibility. So the GO email is there. You can reach them at geo@unm.edu. Or you can give them a call at area code 277-4032 to ensure that you're meeting all the requirements to get admitted to UNM. So let's take a look at some financial resources that are available to you. So I mentioned the priority dates earlier during the previous slides, but they are listed there on the top right-hand corner. So we do have some endowments and assistantships. We do have the Albert H. Rosenthal Fellowship. This is for MPA students. So you can be awarded up to $1,000 based on academic accomplishments. We do have the MHA Brown Scholarship as well. This is offered through the Alumni Association. If you take a look at those dates, they are available now. So application becomes available March 1, and the application deadline is April 30th, okay? So I think it's important to note that this scholarship does require that you take at least 6 hours in an MPA program. So this is for students that are existing students that want, possible additional funding. You can visit the Alumni Association website now and put that application in for the MJ Brown Scholarship. For those of you that are visiting us that are potential or prospective students, this is a financial resource going forward that we want you to be aware of, so that way you can apply once you meet that 6-hour minimum MPA program requirement. We also have the Sandra Week Endowment Fund. So this is basically support for single parents who show a financial need. So great opportunity there if you meet that criteria. And we do offer, of course, graduate assistantships and teacher or student TA assistantships as well. So this is, of course, our graduate assistantship is a financial award for part-time work. So you can, if you're awarded one of these assistantships, you can work with one of our great faculty members. You can work with the staff member. It just kind of depends on what the office needs at that particular time. But this is a financial award for part-time work, okay? We also offer the International Amigo. So all international students are considered for the International Amigo. Basically, what the International Amigo is going to offer our international students is resident tuition rates, okay? So you'll be paying what a New Mexico resident pays in graduate tuition if you are considered for, or if you're awarded the International Amigo. I think it's important to note as well that if you are an international student and you're fortunate enough to receive one of our graduate assistantships, you cannot use both the graduate assistantship and the International Amigo. The graduate assistantship is going to automatically give you the resident tuition rates. And of course, like most scholarships here on campus, you're always going to be awarded the scholarship that holds the more value. And in this case, that is the graduate assistantship. So that's important to note for our international students that are coming in. And if you're awarded an assistantship, then of course you have to use one or the other, okay? So if you have any further questions, we definitely recommend going to spa.unm.edu, taking a look at there may be some more endowments there. There's some links for applications, things along those lines. So visit our website under financial resources as well as our endowments to learn a little bit more in terms of your financial resources that are available to you.